I'm here with nitr0. Obviously, long-ass BO1. Just tell me first, did that extended tech delay affect you at all?
Um, it didn't. I mean, we still had a really good result. Obviously, we were like in the server getting ready to play, and then they were like, "Oh wait, the power went out." So we had to wait like another like hour and a half, 2 hour or hour and a half, I think. So we were like focused, and then we had to like get off the computers and do other stuff, and then refocus. So I mean, ultimately, it was pretty stressful, but I'm glad that we could keep it together and have a solid result here for our first match. We tend to start slow at tournaments usually, so a 16-4 is really good from us historically. But yeah, the tech delays are really crazy right now.
Obviously, it's still going to be quite a long day, like another couple of hours at least of matches to play. Does that kind of affect you in terms of having to refocus for the rest of the day now? Like how much pressure, I guess, does that put on you for such a long day?
Right, so we have pretty big buffer before our next match. I'm not really sure. Obviously, we don't know who we play until all the matches finish and stuff. So we just got to figure out what we want to do something together as a team, like during the break, because we got like good sleep last night. We had really good prep and stuff. But we can't prep until we know who we play. So we'll probably just hang out for a little bit, just watch the matches, see how the results are going, because you can kind of see like who's gonna win, and then kind of predict. So you can start like mentally preparing. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ambiguity so far this tournament with all the tech issues and stuff. So just gonna keep on playing it by ear and just keep playing it however it goes. It is what it is.
Obviously, you had that result to Pain online in the Blast Showdown, and then also you lost them in EPL right before that. So with those two losses and coming in here with this kind of dominant win, how do you feel in terms of being able to bounce back from those?
Yeah, I mean, 16-4 is obviously a really good result, and we had a pretty bad result versus Pain. That was a pretty hard series for us. They just beat us previously. Before that, we played them on the Showdown, and we lost 6 pistols in that series, and it was 16-13 was like one of the closest maps. So, I mean, when we look back at it, we won like the majority of the gun rounds, but it's just like we didn't win any pistols. So we really like took a step forward and like looked at like patterns and seeing what's going on, what we could fix, what we could be stronger with. And when you win pistols, it definitely helps a lot, as you can see. But yeah, I mean, overall, so far so good.
There wasn't a really big gap between the end of the Showdown and this event. So what did you do to refocus coming into this?
I think it was more in the individual to kind of figure out what's going on, what you can do better as a player and as a teammate. We've had some good talks. Obviously, we know that we're still a really good team, and we're just trying to figure out like what we could do differently to get a different mindset / mentality moving forward into this tournament. And so ultimately, yeah, we just had some good talks, and we're just trying to make sure that we can try to find that consistency within our team.
Some of the narrative this year has kind of shifted to your team struggling a little bit, but your results honestly haven't been awful. You had a 3-4 in Katowice, and then obviously you lost to Pain in EPL. But in terms of just how the team's been performing this year, what's kind of your opinion in terms of the level that you've shown so far?
Well, I think the biggest thing from this year compared to last was we had a lot more practice in Europe. That's definitely the biggest thing. That's the biggest difference in my eyes, at least, moving from that year or from last year to this year. But I think it's a lot of recency bias, and obviously our last tournaments haven't been good. But before that, like we were consistently making playoffs. We just haven't won a tournament yet. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens in the major, and if we win the major, then obviously people aren't going to be talking about these losses, So that's what we're just trying to focus on. We're just trying to focus on the future and figuring out our team within the internal team stuff,
And then just lastly, touching on Nat's performance, obviously really good game from him in this match, but in general he's been playing really well for you guys as a whole. YEKINDAR and EliGE's performance has kind of dropped off a little bit compared to last year. Can you just give me some insight into what that situation's like in the team, if there's been some changes in the roles or anything like that?
There hasn't really been many changes from last year to this year, like in terms of tactics. I think it's just more upon the individual right now to figure out how they can do better in game. And Naf is obviously a really solid player, and he has games where he does like really good randomly, like. But I mean, like recently he's been playing pretty good in practice, playing good in matches. So it's no surprise that he just played really well today. Um, in terms of like YEKINDAR and EliGE, I'm not really sure. I think like we're trying as a team to figure out like how we can make them more impactful in the server, and we're just trying to throw out some ideas, helping them out, within the team, and just kind of going from there, really.
Awesome. Thank you.